going on, everybody? I'm your host Christian. This is another episode of Unique Cut. On this episode, we're gonna go over, instead of the interview with another barber or whatever, we're gonna go over a couple things for new clients and new barbers to kind of know ahead of time, or if you don't really know, we're gonna show you now. Just little things that people, like I said, that are new clients or never been to a real barbershop might not really know. Just little things like that. It's gonna be a quick one, this one. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, the first thing I want to go over on this episode is something that I get into a little bit of it with new customers, and you as new barbers might get into it too. New clients, you might not know this, but with appointments, it might look like you're getting skipped, but no. These people, my clients, set up appointments. It could be weeks in advance. And you as a walk-in, if you don't have an appointment, might see it as you're getting skipped over. You're not getting skipped over. These guys set their appointment, they set their time, they're paying the difference for that time to not wait. So don't think of it as I'm cutting somebody that I grew up with, or that's my friend, or no. They set up this appointment so they can get in and they get out. If you don't want to get skipped ahead, set an appointment. If it's busy in the barbershop that you go to and it looks like you're getting skipped, ask someone. And most likely, they're going to be like, oh, this guy has an appointment at this time. I can get you at this time. It's not that hard. If you're in a barbershop and there's 20 people waiting, there's 8 barbers cutting, you might not get noticed when you first come in. So, us, the barber, might see it, oh, he's waiting on somebody else, and they're not going to ask you because they already in their head know that they have appointments waiting on them. So don't think that you're getting skipped over or they're ignoring you. If it's your first time in a barbershop, you might want to say something if it's packed. If it's a Tuesday morning and there's 2 barbers and nobody waiting, obviously they're going to address you and ask you what kind of cut you're getting, if you're waiting on anybody specific. But if it's busy, it's going to be really hard for them to stop what they're doing and address you. Okay, another thing I want to go over, this is more towards the client end. New barbers, you're going to get this and you're going to not realize what's going on, and going to put you in an awkward position. Goes in with the barber area. If I'm cutting a client's hair and you're another one of my clients and you're waiting, please think before you come over to me in my little bubble and carry conversation. You gotta remember that not everybody in the barbershop talks about the same things. You gotta remember, before you approach this area and have a conversation, check your brain. If this conversation is gonna be appropriate with somebody that you don't know, with my client, or if it's gonna put me, the barber, in an awkward position to have this conversation with you, with a client in my chair. I might know them, I might be like, alright, that's whatever, but I might also get it, because I've got it before in the past, where like, I've been cutting this person at a certain time, and it's always busy, and like people are talking to me about stuff that has nothing to do with my client, and they'll switch their time to it, or ask me, when's my less busier day? What morning can I come in when it's not crazy in there? Because I don't feel comfortable with some of the conversations going on. And like, I feel bad because like I'm in an awkward position. Like, I don't want to be rude to the client talking to me about whatever, and I don't want to be awkward and disrespectful or rude to the customer in my chair and just talk over them. So like, you gotta like think about that. If I'm cutting hair in my section, please don't enter my section while I'm cutting hair. It becomes unsafe for the client. I could be cutting their hair, you could be in my area, and just a little slip up, I get tapped with the razor. So it becomes really unsafe with people in the cutting area that don't belong there. There's a lot of sharp objects on my station. You could be going to grab something, something else slides off, and I go to catch it not realizing what it is, and I slice my hand open, which has happened before. There's a lot of expensive equipment on my station. Again, I could be cutting somebody's hair, my back to my station. You come in, oh, let me wipe my face with this, let me use your brush, and knock my clipper on the floor. That's my fault for letting you in my area, so I can't really get like, oh, you owe me a new clipper, but it's your fault for being in my area when you're not supposed to be. So just little things to think about. Here's another thing. This is new barbers, you're gonna get this a lot. Clients don't do this because you're not gonna wind up getting what you want, and you're just gonna annoy the barber. If you go to a barber shop and they open at 10 o'clock, happens to be 9:30, you see a barber in there, he's in there for a reason, and it's not to cut your hair. Not to be rude, he's probably, if he's in there, he's probably doing something that he already had ahead of time, or he's trying to set up for the day. If that sign does not say open, and you know for a fact that it's after that hours of opening, I wouldn't go in there. He's most likely cleaning, setting up, like I said before, or he has an appointment that has something to do. That's why they're coming in before hours. It goes the same way for after hours. The shop you go to closes at 8. You pull up at 9. You happen to see barber in there. You can go in there, but don't get upset if you're told they can't cut you. Don't. It's just part of. Don't go to Best Buy 20 minutes after they close and expect them to still serve you. It's the same thing at the barbershop. This one here, it's more towards the client, but new barbers, you're gonna get this a lot too. Again, with the appointments, if you got an appointment at 6 o'clock, you didn't hit up your barber and let them know ahead of time that you're gonna be 15 minutes late, and you come in 15 minutes late and that barber is already cutting somebody's hair, it's going to be a tough shot for that barber on a packed day to get you back in any kind of spot around that time frame that you're trying for. You got to remember that most places that have appointments, their appointments a little more. That's so people can get in and out at the time frame that they want. By you being 15 minutes late, pushes back that barber's whole day. And then he might not be able to take appointment pricing for being late. So, if you're 15 minutes late and he can't get you, please don't be upset. He's trying to keep a schedule. It's the same thing with a doctor. You go to the doctor, you're 15 minutes late, 20 minutes late, that doctor's going to put you at the end of his list. It's an appointment. It's probably going to be the same thing at the barbershop. Me personally, I'm going to try to get you in, but if there's 20 people waiting, again, we get busy. I'm going to try to throw somebody in the chair that's been waiting, that didn't have an appointment, because they've been waiting and they've been seeing me stand here doing nothing for the past 15 minutes while they could have been getting a haircut. So out of respect for them, I'm going to throw them in a chair. And out of respect for me, personally, I'm not going to just throw away a whole appointment time frame. So, again, it's little things that all add up to suck a little bit more out of your day. Like, don't get me wrong, I love being a barber, but that's one of the things like that adds up. They all add up, and if you can try to avoid just a little bit of these things, it'll help your barber out and you help yourself out as a barber. Here's another thing that I guess clients, you don't realize. The new barbers, don't get aggravated because it's gonna happen. Veteran barbers, you know this, and probably auctioneers too. Clients, when your barber's eating, you see them, they're either at their station or they're in another waiting area, and they're eating food. Please don't come up to us while we're eating and ask how long. Please. It could have been, I could have just opened that up. I'm on my break, and by you coming up to me, I feel like I'm obligated to either like stop what I'm doing and cut, or stop what I'm doing and answer you and I have a full mouth. It's not fair to me. It's not fair to the barber. It's not fair to the client that I told before you came in that I couldn't get them because I'm about to eat my food. We schedule ourselves usually without a lunch break. So if we do get a break to eat, we're going to eat. And it's not a nice feeling of trying to like, oh, I'm eating my food and I gotta look up and answer somebody that's like screaming, hovering over my food. This is not right. So don't do it. Alright, so it's not really an episode, it's just stuff I figured I'd go over just for, like I said, mostly like new barbers, new clients, you veteran barbers, you already know this stuff. So yeah, this is another episode of Unique Cut. I'm your host, Christian. Thank you again for stopping by. Again, we got the buttons. Yeah. See you next time.